What's up, everybody? Pizzaholics. I'm about to review two quintessential New York slices from one of my local favorites as a kid. It used to be, anyways. All-Star Pizzeria, sitting in a big parking lot here. Bunch of stores everywhere. Doesn't look like some fancy restaurant from the outside, but I remember their pizza was pretty good, so I haven't had it in years. So let's go eat. Hey, what's happening, all my pizzaholics? It's been a minute or two, exactly a week, as a matter of fact. It's been an entire week since I last uploaded and reviewed a pizza. A lot going on here on the East Coast for those of you who live in the East Coast. You know that we got dumped on 24 inches of snow in some parts of the city. And I was buried in my house for like 2 days, man. I couldn't even open a door for like almost an entire day at one point. So I was stuck, man. I was stuck in the house for a couple days. Then I spent another couple days digging my cars out, digging myself out. And then I had some family stuff to take care of, and that jammed me up a little bit. So it's been almost 7 days or more since I last had pizza. And I think the withdrawals are starting to kick in, guys. I am itching for some pizza right now. I don't care where it's from. I do not care if it's from a nationally acclaimed restaurant or this little small pizzeria here sitting in a parking lot next to an auto body shop. I mean, an auto parts store. I don't care. I just want pizza. I'm craving it. And we're about to have some, guys. All-Star Pizza. Now, I spoke to the guy in there. He's like, business is horrible. We lost 85% of our business after the movie theater shut down. I used to go to this place as a kid. We'd go to the movies, and then after the movies, we'd come back out and we'd go to the pizzeria. It was like tradition. It was ritual, man. It was something we always did. It was always this place because we liked the slices. They were big. That's why we came here, for the sheer fact that the pizza slices were huge. But now that theater closed down, and all right, so let's go dive in, guys. Let's go get down to business. Enough talk. When you look at the size of these slices, man, this is as big as New York style pizza gets, in my opinion. Really surprised at the airiness, man. It's nice and pillowy on top, and the bottom seems pretty crispy. I'm expecting a flop job and a grease job. Very greasy pizza. Look at that. Look at that. Maybe the other one's a little more foldable. It sure looks it. Still greasy, though. Look at that. Look at all that grease. That's an insane amount of grease right there. Either it's because there's a lot of cheese on it, or the quality of the low moisture mozzarella is not good. Most pizzerias, they go with the part skim milk. You'll be swimming in the grease if you don't use a part skim milk. Still waiting, man. I'm not getting grease on my brand new shirt. I think the final drops have dripped. Let's go. I'm really surprised by the crust. Just look how airy that is. You see those air pockets? That's what you look for in a crust. The foundation of every good pizza is its foundation. No pun intended. The crust, baby. It's got to be light. It's got to be airy. It's got to be crunchy on the outside with a little softness in the middle. You know what I mean? And this has got that. This has got that. This is pretty good, above average pizza dough. I was not expecting that. Really impressed. All right, guys, what do you say we move right on in over here and inspect this big, monstrous specimen of pizza here before our eyes. All-Star Pizza, Staten Island, standard cheese, quintessential New York style. Huge, man, really big. I think this is one of the biggest slices I've had in quite some time. It's tough to pick out on the camera, but believe me, it's big. I got some pretty, I don't have the biggest hands, but yeah, you see how big that slice is? Now, that grease was pouring. There were rivers and streams of oil dripping off these pizzas. I had to go and make it drip for a while before folding it. Major flop job going on, but I think it's because of the size of the pie, and there's a fair share of cheese on this thing, man. An immense amount of cheese on this thing. It's a cheese pizza. The sauce takes a back seat. I couldn't really taste the sauce in some parts. The sauce complements the cheese. It's not a dry slice by far, not just because of the oil, but there is a considerable amount of sauce on this thing, as you can see right there. Not too sour, not too sweet. Very hard to taste, but it wasn't too bad. You could even pick out some tomato seeds right there. You see that? You'll see that sauce popping up from that blanket of cheese from time to time. It's a juicy pie, I'll tell you that, man. Juicy. And that is it. And you don't want that grease, you know. We eat on the street here. We don't want all that grease. So, you know, gonna have to do some docking. But you know what? I was expecting some really bad cheese, like some of that cheese you get, you know, on 7-Eleven pizza. Not the case. It was greasy, but there was some viscosity to that cheese. It had some viscosity. It wasn't like biting into a layer of hard butter, you know. The only problem is there was nothing mixed in with this cheese. There was nothing mixed into it. There was nothing grated onto the sauce. No hard pecorino, none of that. And I want that on my pizza, man. I look for that. I love salty pizza, and this didn't have that. I like that white low moisture cheese that's part skim milk. This might not have been a part skim milk cheese, and that's why it was so greasy, but it wasn't that bad. I've had worse, believe me, I have. I think what's saving this pizza is this right here, guys. There is some crunch, at least towards the back end. None towards the middle. I didn't get the crispy first bite. Definitely gonna have to dock points for that. I didn't get any crispy second bites, no crispy third bites. It got crispy towards the back only, and yeah, gonna do some docking for that, guys. I have no choice but to dock points for that. All right, guys, it's about that time. The pizza gets cold. What do? We give it another fold, guys. Let's go and do that. A little minor flop going on. Yeah, pizza does stiffen up as it gets cold. A lot of pizzas do, and this one is done that. But look at this thing. It's not holding up. It's very heavy, and the crust cannot maintain the weight of all that cheese. It just can't. It's not engineered to maintain it. It's not airy enough. It's not crispy enough. It's just not crispy enough. You know, it's crispy towards the cornicione. There is a little airiness to it. It's got that soft, chewy center that I look for, but not throughout. Maybe just towards the back, towards the cornicione. It's got some airiness and maybe a slight crisp. I see some blisters on that crust, which I really, really am impressed by. But overall, I think this pizza needs a little more proofing maybe. The crust, the dough needs a little more proofing. Stiffen it a little bit, make it hold its shape, stiffen it up. You know, if they only took time to proof that dough more, because the taste of the bread was fantastic. It was a really delicious crust. I must say, I was really impressed by it. I can't give this pizza more than a 6.7 out of 10. It's not the best New York style pizza here on Staten Island. There's better out here than this place. But you know what? If you're in the neck of the woods, go here because the slices are huge. They're $2.50. And I'd say that's a bang for the buck. One of these slices and you're good for 6-7 hours. At least I am, man. Hope you enjoyed this review, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. I hope you guys are doing well and keeping those bellies full, preferably with some pretty good-ass pizza. Until next time, like, share, subscribe, please. It would help me out. And I do appreciate all the people, not all, but some of you guys who have been donating. You guys know who you are. I don't want to say who, but thank you, seriously. Thank you so much. It's so motivating and encouraging to see that, and it motivates me to, you know, keep on doing this, man. So thank you. Till next time, this is Antonio, signing off.